Alright guys, so this is part 2 of the unboxing, and I'm pretty sure in this box I have the smaller cranes and the NZG wheeled excavator. So I'm just going to get my razor blade right here, and we'll open it up. If you're wondering, in this box, it should be the NZG stuff, and I believe, yes it is. Honestly, most excited to probably get the AC200, just because it overall is a pretty nice model, and I don't really have a mobile crane of that size, so pretty excited to get it. So actually, the ringer extension kit. Anyway, I'm going to take out the EC200 first, and it does weigh a lot. I believe it weighs something like 10 pounds. Oh, and the wheeled excavator's in here too, so that's also pretty good. And I guess the ringers come in a different box, but anyway, it's got to weigh like 10 pounds. It is pretty heavy, and most people that do unbox it always do say that, so it's a nicely built model. For the price, you really can't beat it. So. Now the interesting thing is that they give you gloves, and I don't know why they don't give you it with any other model except this one, so it's pretty interesting that they do that. I don't know anybody that does actually use them when they do, you know, assemble the little assembly that the model has, but if you do, you do, I guess. I just don't see the point. And as you can see, this one is in the red colors, and I was unsure about ordering it because the red is pretty bright, and at first I really didn't like it, but I'm almost positive that it will grow on me. But anyway, in there is the hook block, and you can see it right here, and it's like the normal NZG hook block. I actually have an extra one from AC200 I had a very long time ago, which was my brother's, but it had to be probably 5 years ago, maybe. It was a very long time ago. So there's the hook block. Over here are the winches for the drum and a bunch of small replacement parts. And what I really like about this crane is although the drum doesn't have a brake on it, it has winches, and a lot of mobile cranes, small mobile cranes, don't have winches for the drums, and I feel like that's kind of like the biggest downfall for them. Anyway, taking the crane out, you could see it's in an interesting color. It's definitely going to have to grow on me. I don't hate it, but it wouldn't be my first choice, but I figured that would be cool, and again, it will grow on me. But an extremely heavy model, and I'm finally glad to have one again after not owning one for a while. That actually is very cool with the colors that they do on the boom. This library right here, I could not find pictures of it online for some reason. I don't know why, but it's actually a lot nicer in person than it does look online. And like I said, overall, really happy to have this again. And I love how the outriggers are metal, unlike some mobile cranes, which are plastic, and really don't like that. But really glad to have this model again, because I don't have any crane in that range that's as nice as that one, or this one. Anyway, here's the jib. Honestly, probably just going to keep the jib in the box here, because I just don't like it at all. It's nicely built, but I just don't like the way it looks, and plus they don't give you a whip line or anything, so, I mean, I have extras, but I just like the crane with, you know, the main boom only is what I'm trying to get at, so I'm just going to put that back in there, and we'll get to the other stuff now. And let me just put this over here, and now I'll get to the ringer extension kit, which really isn't much to unbox, but I'll just go to it now. So here's the ringer extension kit, 4100W. And inside it's just loaded with boom. So in the extension kit they give you the instructions for it, which, you know, really aren't needed, but sometimes you just gotta look at it real quick if you can't figure something out. And below here is the boom, so they give you, I believe, this one right here is the boom, and then these two are for the mast, and then in all those are all the pendant lines and everything, which I'm not gonna go through because it's really not much, and it's not much to show, as well as there's really not much to it. It's just a bunch of strings. So that's the extension kit box. Goes to the lever now. Now this lever here was something that I just ordered without really, you know, researching it or really knowing that I wanted. I got it for the reason that I also, as you've seen in the last part of the unboxing, have the R936. So I figured it would be cool to match it. And another reason is I don't really have many wheeled excavators, so it's you know, kind of an addition to it and a slow growing collection. The machine almost reminds me of Zero Tail Swing, the wheeled excavator. So I also like that too. And it comes in a nice box as well. You don't really have to do much to get it out, which is also really cool. But a small little model, and one thing I'm interested in knowing is it doesn't really hang over the back much, which is fairly interesting. And I like the bucket on it too, so it'll look good. I have one wheeled material handler, and then I have the A924, so to have the A918 is pretty cool. And it even says compact on it, so I guess that does go with it. As you can tell, I really don't know much about it. But it actually is a cool little model. It looks like one of the Tier 4 machines with the large bodies, which could get a little, you know, take a little while to get used to, but it's still actually pretty cool. And it'll look good against with everything else. So now, to the last thing before the 4100 there. And this is the Lever HS855, and this one is in Implenia, I believe.